We are live. What is up, everybody? This is CWT Dark. I'm your host, Hunter Chambliss, and I'm joined by my co-host, the dude, Andrew Hayes. He's back. How are you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. Feels good to talk about wrestling again. So
That is true. That is true. We're going to go for probably an hour today. Kind of a short episode, but we don't really have a lot to talk about.
yeah, I mean, all the news was last week, not this week.
Yeah. But speaking of last week's news, we are going to be talking about all the mass firings because there are some brand new ones that just came to light a few days ago. We also have Cody trademarking his full name, Cody Rhodes. WWE not hiring back Drake Maverick. The WWE 2K21 game is canceled. And then, of course, we're going to end it with the AEW Dynamite review for this past week. So that's how we're going to kind of structure it. So let's start with the first news topic of the day, which is Cody is trademarking his full name, Cody Rhodes. This is something that he probably should have done a while ago, but now feels right, especially with all the mass things going on with WWE right now. Adding on top of that, maybe he can get it cleared. Maybe it's a smart strategy to do it that way.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I mean, it always felt weird just calling him Cody and not Cody Rhodes. I he was going under, I think in TNA maybe he was going under Cody R, which still, again, it never felt right. I know a way they went around that is when it was with him and Brandy. It was Cody and Brandy Rhodes. So so it sounds like they're calling him Cody Rhodes, but they're actually not. They're saying Brandy Rhodes. But no, I'm glad. I always felt like he deserved that name because, you know, with his father or even with his brother, like, the Rhodes name, like, should be with them. WWE, it really had no business, in my opinion, owning that name. So I think I'm very happy that the trademark expired, and he jumped up on the opportunity. I think, you know, he should be Cody Rhodes and not just Cody. It just feels weird. I hate like these one-word names, like Andrade or Ali. Like, he's always going to be Cody Rhodes. Like that's just how it always is. And now, hopefully, he'll finally get the chance to beat Cody Rhodes.
Oh yeah. So this came to light on the from a report from Heal by Nature that says that WWE's trademark from Cody Rhodes expired on April 13th after a 6-month grace period. On that same day, Cody Rhodes filed for an application to trademark his full name. So this was actually a full statement by Cody that said, "By no means is WWE holding that name hostage. That's not a real thing. If I was to walk out tomorrow as Cody Rhodes and announce as Cody Rhodes, nobody's going to sue us. Nobody's coming after us." He has also said that he's planned to get it back and said in 2017, "I don't mind that WWE took away my last name. Deep down in my bones, I definitely want it back. And I have plans to get it back, but there is something to being Cody. The longer I don't have a last name, the more I'm okay with it. That's not to say WWE is holding it ransom. It's literally an intellectual property law that's easily can be remended, but there's something about being Cody that I don't mind."
Yeah, no, I know it obviously been a thing going on for a while, and I know a little bit ago he tried getting the name War Games, which obviously that's probably not going to work out because WWE is actively using the name War Games.
And I know that he changed it to Blood and Guts.
Blood and Guts, which actually was supposed to happen in New Jersey, which I was gonna go to, but you know, stuff happens. So
life happens.
Yeah. But no, yeah. So I'm glad that he was able to get one of the things that he really wanted. Which, by that statement, it sounded like, you know, it was always true. It was a matter of when, not if.
Yeah.
When he was getting his name back, and I guess it was just all a matter of when the trademark was going to expire, and it seemed like now it expired, and he will be going under by Cody Rhodes pretty soon.
Yeah. So let's move on. Hopefully he does get the name back because it's so good calling him Cody Rhodes, not just Cody.
Yeah.
So let's move on to WWE 2K21 has been canceled. Me personally, I didn't mind 2K20. I understand why people did. It was a glitchy match to begin with. Yeah, this kind of sucks for me though because I am a 2K fan.
Yeah.
I like playing the 2K games. They're not all great. I'm looking at you, 2K15, but what sucks is like 2K19 was really damn good.
Yeah,
It was so good.
It was the best out of all the 2K games, other than 14. 14,
yeah.
14 was really good. I've talked about like the new ones, like I guess the next gen. I think 19 was the best. Like the game, so from like I think 17 like on, like the gameplay was the same. To me, it was a matter of the roster. My biggest problem with 15 is not only that's when they completely changed all like the controls or all the stuff, and I don't like my big thing is not only that, because I hated the new submission system, I hated the reversal system, but the roster was so small.
Yeah.
And like there was like 4 John Cenas. I mean, CM Punk was in the game, but like,
yeah, that's something that 2K does a lot, which I don't understand. They have like multiple errors as separate characters instead of just having one character and having alternate skins or alternate tires.
Yeah, like I like the one. I don't know if
Finn
it's
Balor.
Yeah, there's a Finn Balor and Demon Finn Balor. There's a Godfather and a Papa Shango. Like we don't need 2. I mean, maybe the Papa Shango Godfather one may be different because it's 2 different.
It's 2 different characters.
But like, we don't need a separate character for Mick Foley and then a separate one for Mankind and then a separate one for Cactus Jack and a separate one for Dude Love. They can all be like skins, I guess you can call it, like attires.
Mm-hmm.
So like 19, I love. I still play 19. Like I didn't even bother buying 20. I played it a couple times at a friend's house. Didn't like it. There are like 2 things I liked. I liked the book that you could kind of
paralyze and send demons out.
Yeah, and I loved Ribby. Ribby was so bad that I loved using Ribby.
You know what's funny though? Everyone's talking about how like they like more of the arcade games. That's what 2K19 did really well, was they mixed simulation with more arcadey feel. And I think if 2K20 would have came out with no bugs, with everything working perfectly, I think this could have been a great successor. I mean, you had an updated roster with current NXT stars. You had the Fiend pack, which was really damn cool because the Fiend himself is a really cool character to play. You had all the like alternate like dimensions you can play in that were really interesting. It just, when you start off with a game that's super buggy, that lags, that breaks, I mean, that's kind of a hill you can't get out of.
Yeah, and like another thing is like they completely changed all the controls for.
See, I didn't mind that because I actually thought it was easier.
I you know what? Like I did, only because I've played, since I think they've been using the same controls since I want to say this Raw 2010.
Yeah.
So, or maybe 11. Definitely from WWE 12 on, they've been using the same controls, and then they changed. Like so like I've been playing those consistently for like years, and when I'm so used to getting like using
R1.
Or I use the Xbox, so like right trigger to reverse, and I kind of like gotten good at trying to memorize when the reversals are, especially the major ones. It kind of messes me up when now I gotta press Y, and it just feels awkward. And so hopefully, I know a thing that they did from 15 to 16 is that you could get rid of the submission system. You can get rid of, or it was 16 to 17. You could change to what you like. So hopefully in 20 WWE 2022.
I actually think that 2K said that they're not doing a WWE title, but I think they're doing another wrestling game. which could be an AEW game.
Maybe. I've also seen people say that this is the opportunity to bring back SmackDown versus Raw because those were the games.
Yeah.
Like bring back GM mode, bring back like a story mode. Like
sorry to get off on a tangent real quick.
Yeah.
Why didn't they just add the GM mode elements to Universe mode? Make it customizable with Universe, but then have an option to turn on a GM mode to have your draft rosters and things like that.
Yeah. Like one of my favorite things about like SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 or 2008 is that like I can go against my friends in GM mode. Like I don't know why, but like I always love drafting the Sandman to Raw and making him the Intercontinental Champion. Like I love doing that.
Only in WWE games will you ever see that.
Yeah, like I don't know. I just something about the Sandman and SmackDown vs. Raw 2008. But I hope maybe in the next WWE game they can make it to where you can choose which type of controls you could use. Because I know in other fighting games and just other games in general, you could just choose what control, like what type of
scheme.
control scheme you want to use. And like in NHL, like there are different type of control schemes that you can use.
Hell, in Fire Pro Wrestling World, there's an option to change the controls around.
Yeah. So like, I hope they have something where you can set it to what you like because I'm just so used to the original ones at this point, especially since I don't own 2K20 and I don't plan on owning it. I mean, it's too late at this point. I mean, I'm fine with 2K19. Like, I downloaded all the people I wanted. If I want to use Keith Lee, it won't look like Keith Lee, but I can pretend it looks like Keith Lee.
You can pretend.
Yeah, so like I like, and so that's just my thing. I
didn't think 2K20 was that bad of a game, but I definitely see the problems in it. Sucks that there isn't coming back with it next year because I think visual concepts can produce a great game. I mean, I am enjoying NBA 2K20 right now, especially for the neighborhood my career mode, which I think that would be awesome if they could take the my neighborhood aspect of the NBA games where you can like move around through a neighborhood and go to different stores and upgrade the character, and added that to a WWE game where each neighborhood is a new city that you're in.
Yeah. That's another problem I've had with like the recent 2K WWE games is that like micro mode kind of sucks. Like one of my about the NBA games is that I get the play, be on a team, get drafted. Yeah. But like, what is it? 2K15. I won that NXT title. It was this big thing, and then I have to drop it the next week. Like that. That was stupid. And I just feel like they haven't put as much effort into it. So, which is why I really want them to just kind of get rid of it entirely and maybe put in like again another storyline type of thing, like
a story mode.
Yeah, story mode, or maybe put back in GM mode. Put in another mode that could really like.
I think 2K20 was the best when it comes to cinematic. Why?
Yeah, they've made them more cinematic as years went on, but like it just still never really worked for me. Only because like I always create my guy the same way just because it's just how I envisioned myself if I was as a wrestler, which would be a really bad ripoff of Shawn Michaels. Like it'd be like if Shawn Michaels and AJ Styles had a kid and he was a really bad wrestler. So
how's that possible?
I don't know. But yeah, so I just hopefully still use this time to the next WWE game to just kind of really make this good, because even though I really do enjoy 19, it's pretty much the same game as 18 and 17, 16. So
yeah. All right, we had our fun and games, but it's time to go into something kind of sad here. That is that Wednesday.
Yes, Black Wednesday.
Black Wednesday. the mass firing of a lot of people. Let me see if I can pull up the list real quick. Here we go. This one, the first one surprised me. Kurt Angle.
It's probably because he's getting paid a lot. And I'm assuming he was a road agent or a producer or whatever. So maybe like all the producers who did get furloughed or released or whatever. It's probably because they get paid a lot of money. Like that's why I think Mike Chioda, he was on that list, and that's why
that's the one that hurts a lot.
Yeah, but he probably gets paid a lot more because he's been there for so long.
Yeah,
so they probably saw this like, oh well, he was probably retiring anyway because he is obviously been there for 31 years. So,
but I which we'll talk about afterwards. But I do think Angle could go to AEW as a trainer.
Yeah, I've also seen that Kurt Angle doesn't really like being on the road anymore, which is a big reason why he retired. But he just wants to spend time with his family. So that's also another possibility.
Yep. We have Rusev, which that one hurts.
You know what? I saw this, and I love Rusev, but a lot of these guys were probably looking to get out anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
And
it just sucks that it's this time.
Yes,
where they can't go anywhere else right now.
Yeah, so hopefully, I think Rusev would be amazing in New Japan. I think
he would be awesome in New Japan.
Yeah, I think
style.
Yeah, and I see everyone's like, oh, this person should go to AEW. Like, no, I think Rusev would be good in AEW, but I think Rusev would be best suited for New Japan just because they love those type of big guys.
And Rusev is someone who's a big guy but can go 30 or 40 minutes.
So I think he would. He if he goes to New Japan, he's a potential IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, in my opinion.
Yeah. So we have Drake Maverick, which going on this one, WWE is not going to hire back, which we heard today. Zack Ryder, Kurt Hawkins, Gallows, and Anderson.
Which that one's the most shocking to me, I think, because they were just a part of the main event, one of the main events of WrestleMania. That's
the Boneyard match.
Yeah, and which is an amazing match. I love that match.
It is.
But a lot of them don't really surprise me because they weren't really doing much to begin with. And we'll go over, but Gallows and Anderson were just part of a big program. It was a program, the main event of night one of WrestleMania.
Yeah,
that is.
Well, plus they won the best in the world tag team tournament.
Yeah, they were they've been this is the most relevant they've been since they signed. Honestly, was this run with AJ Styles.
This firing I find is super it's gonna hurt WWE in the long run because whether they go to New Japan.
I think they're going back to Japan probably.
Or they sign with AEW and they do the amazing tag team work over there.
Yeah, I think honestly I could see them going back to New Japan because that's where they were at their best. And
actually, speaking of Anderson and Tama Tonga have been buddying up on Twitter.
Yeah, which again, and another one that you mentioned, Zack Ryder. I think he's definitely going to AEW for the pure fact he is great friends with Cody Rhodes.
Which I am super excited to see what AEW could do with Ryder.
Yeah, I think Ryder would best benefit from AEW. I know a lot of the new thing is they could go to AEW, but I feel they should go to where they feel
comfortable.
And where they would be best, where their talents would be best used. EC3, I don't. What happened?
TNA for EC3.
TNA would probably be best for him. I don't think he would do well at all in New Japan.
No.
Maybe NWA for EC3. Probably. I could see him in TNA though, or AEW. I see EC3.
AEW could be good because he could go back to his like heel, like rich snob persona. Which actually, he would be a good teammate for MJF. If we're being honest.
I think that they would be an interesting pairing.
You have that like that common bond of like these like rich assholes.
Yeah, and I also a lot of these guys may get re-signed by WWE when this is all said and done. I don't know. It's just a lot of unknowns. So like, who knows? Maybe Rusev decides to go back to WWE because that's where his wife is.
Yeah.
But who
so
knows?
We have Slater. He's Slater. Come on, he has kids.
Well, okay. Here's the thing. Oh, well, you can go, and then I got something to say about that.
I know what you're gonna say. Actually, Eric Young, Rowan. Which I got to stop on Rowan real quick because have you heard the podcast that Brody Lee did with Chris Jericho?
Yes, I saw that, and
he said something particular. He said that Rowan wasn't happy in his position. Then he stopped himself and said that he didn't want to get Rowan in trouble.
Yeah.
I wonder if that is maybe WWE getting back at Brody Lee for saying something on Jericho's
Who knows,
podcast.
but
you know how Vince can be.
Yeah, and you know what? I could see Rowan going to the Dark Order, and I don't want to make it like a thing where like, oh, go to the Dark Order, because as we've seen with the NWO and Nexus, sometimes less is more, and I feel like they just got a new guy, as we'll talk about later.
Yeah.
And they already got Brody Lee and Stu Grayson and Evil Uno, so I don't know. Maybe another one wouldn't work, but I guess we'll see.
Rowan could be someone who could be opposition to Brody Lee, actually.
Yeah, true. And you got to also remember, a lot of these guys are on the older side. Rusev's a little bit older. Zack Ryder's a little bit older. Heath Slater, I know, he's in his mid to late 30s.
Yeah.
So a lot of these guys, who knows, maybe they'll retire. But I don't.
I don't see a lot of these guys retiring.
Yeah, but speaking of Heath Slater, I know it's like this joke how Heath Slater should come, beef off like McIntyre, and Mahal did, and come back and win the WWE title. I legitimately think like this is something that they could do. It's something that, who knows. I think it all depends on Slater though. If Slater beefs up, then maybe. But I know it's a joke, but I hope, like, as much as I would hope for that to happen, I don't see that happening. I think it's a miracle that Mahal won it in the first place, and that McIntyre legitimately worked on his stuff. Like, not only did he beef up, but he worked on everything, and that's why. McIntyre ended up winning the championship because he legitimately bettered himself. Mahal just won it because, India. So as much as I would hope that Slater, the same thing would happen to Slater, because I think it'd be pretty awesome if all three members of 3MB were WWE champions, but I just don't see that happening. As much as I would love it, because I've always really liked Slater. I mean, especially in that 2016 run, I think that was probably Slater's best run, and it was definitely one of the best stories going on in WWE at the time, and really I think helped solidify SmackDown as the show during the initial second brand split. And it just does kind of make me sad because it was Cody Rhodes who said this about Zack Ryder. Once you get over, like, if you get over once, you can get over again. And I feel like Slater got himself over, and he got over, and I think he could definitely get over again. And people would absolutely love it if he won the WWE Championship. So, I don't know what the joke is that he is going back to WWE. Like, I know that's the joke, but I really don't see that happening. I don't know where he would go. Probably I just see him on the indies, honestly. Maybe AEW. And I don't want to say that all these former WWE guys are going to AEW because not all of them can go to AEW. And I think that'd be kind of stupid because that was the big problem with TNA. Or at least my big problem with TNA back in the day, where all the former WWE guys went to AEW, or all the former WWE guys went to TNA. And I don't want that to be, as much as I love the guys who did go to AEW, I think that they went to AEW because that best suited them, and I think it's really working out for all the former WWE guys that are in AEW, and so I don't think it would be wise. Like I said, like Ryder, I think could go to AEW and work well. I don't really see Rusev being at his best in AEW. I think he would be best suited for New Japan. I think, I don't need to see Kurt Hawkins in AEW. I don't need to see everybody that just got released in AEW. I think they should go to where they feel best suited for them, like the Revival. As much as I would love to see him in AEW, I kind of think they'd be better in NWA. That is just my personal opinion. I think that the NWA, just their style of wrestling would be great for the NWA. But like, in AEW there, I mean, who wouldn't want to see the Revival against the Young Bucks and Proud and Powerful and just all the other tag teams, the Lucha Brothers, like that is those would be great, but not just their old school style, I think would work for NWA. But on the flip side, I think that the Revival, like, because a lot of the tag teams, they're high flying, they're this, they're that, they would just bring a different style, especially in the tag team division. Because there are a lot of high flyers, there are a lot of guys that do the flip stuff, and that's why I think Cody Rhodes, I like him a lot in AEW, because he's one of the few people who don't really do flips. Same thing with Kenny Omega. I think we need different. Not everybody can be the flippy, flashy guy, and that's why I think the Revival would also really work really well for AEW. And as far as the other releases, I don't have the exact list. I will pull it up in a second. Because there was a lot of people who just got released due to this unfortunate on these unfortunate circumstances.
All right. I don't know what's happened. My computer just completely crapped out on me for a minute there.
I literally just went on a tangent trying to buy us time.
Thank you.
I literally just went on a tangent saying, what was I saying? Oh, how I think, as much as I would love Slater to go back to WWE and win the WWE title, I don't see that happening. And I literally said, also talked about the Revival a little bit, just because, I know they weren't released like this Wednesday, but they were released recently.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because they don't have a no compete clause, I believe is what the thing said. And then I said, I think they would be great in NWA. And then I go, be great in AEW. I think everybody wants them to go to AEW.
Yeah, obviously because of the hashtag FTR, things like that with the Young Bucks. They could.
Yeah, that is the match everybody wants to see. And I think
we should actually, on that topic, we should talk about their heat they're getting for their name.
I read about that. Like, I saw the headline, but I didn't hear what the thing was. So I actually don't know what their name is.
It's I believe it's the Revolt.
The Revolt. And they're getting heat from WWE?
No, getting heat from it's a Midwestern promotion that has a faction called the Revolt.
Okay.
Bill Conley and things like that, but they're getting heat because they used to work in the Carolinas and they probably worked for that promotion at one point. Because it's a big Carolina promotion, so they probably knew that they had a faction there, or they knew of the faction there.
Yeah, so that's kind of a problem. But I was saying I think they'd be great for AEW because everybody likes doing the flips and whatnot, which is why I think Cody Rhodes really works and Kenny Omega really works for AEW. And people like Dustin, and even though I don't like Jake Hagar, I think like it was nice to get someone who didn't do flips, and like they aren't known for their flips; they're known for the old school type of style of tag team wrestling. So I think they would really work. I think they, I think they'd put in 5-star match with the Young Bucks if given the time, which obviously they would if they go to AEW.
I can actually see that match like main eventing a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Give them like an hour and just to like go.
Yeah, like I mean, one of my favorite matches in AEW was the first Double or Nothing Lucha Brothers versus Young Bucks. I loved that match.
Esca de la Muerte match?
No, it was the one at Double or Nothing. The just a regular tag match. The one the Young Bucks won.
Oh, the Esca de la Muerte, that was at what?
All Out. Yeah, so I thought like that was a great match, and obviously the Young Bucks are arguably the best tag team right now.
Yeah. I would like to see them in the NWA though, because I think their style would work well, but there's just not a lot of emphasis on tag teams.
And like I think the appealing thing for the Revival or the Revolt in AEW is how strong the tag team division is in AEW.
Dude, I can just imagine a feud with the Revolt versus Best Friends. This comedy duo act taking on these super serious, like, actual wrestlers.
Yeah, I mean, I think Enzo and Cass's best matches were against the Revival in NXT. Like, and Enzo and Cass were kind of a comedy act. They're not known for being the best wrestlers. So the Revival are just that good where they could bring out like the best of everybody.
And hell, the Best Friends are legitimately one of the top tag teams in AEW.
Yeah, they're really good
against the Revival.
Yeah, I mean, I think I like Trent a lot, but like Chuck Taylor is really good.
And you can even have a cool comedy spot with like Orange Cassidy getting involved, and he just eats the shatter machine.
Yeah.
If they use that team finisher.
Yeah. They probably can name it something else, but
but dude, I actually love that team finisher, the Flapjack Code Breaker.
Yeah, that was great. Like one of my favorite moments in NXT was when that triple threat tag team match between the Revival, DIY, and AOP when they started doing each other. Like that was amazing. But I think we've gone on long enough, or at least I have.
All right. So yes, going on, we have Sarah Logan, Noah Jose, Mike Chioda, Mike Kanellis, Maria Kanellis. I could definitely see them going to Impact.
Yes. Or maybe back to ROH.
Dude, yeah. That's actually a good point, because Matt Taven isn't the champion anymore, is he?
No, but
it's PCO.
No, Rush won it back.
Wait, he did?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Okay. Shows how much I know about ROH right now.
Yeah, I know more. That's saying something.
But having a feud between a returning Mike Kanellis or Mike Bennett and Matt Taven would be cool.
I think that's another place EC3 could go is ROH.
Ooh, okay.
And maybe that's potentially somewhere where Heath Slater can go. I legitimately don't know where Heath Slater would fit in, honestly, unless he goes back to WWE,
or just like maybe small indie shows.
Yeah.
Sadly, because I actually like Slater.
I was talking about it. I think like Slater's 2016 run with Rhino, that was
great.
Yeah. And like I was talking about how like Cody said in his post with Zack Ryder, he said he believes once you get over, when you get over once, you can get over again. So like Heath Slater, I feel like can easily get over.
And that's why I think Zack Ryder being in AEW would make a lot more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Zack Ryder did exactly what AEW is doing. they got over by using the internet.
Mm-hmm.
They got over by using their platform, YouTube, things like that, to promote themselves, just like Ryder did when he started his own YouTube channel.
Yes.
And that's why I think you can have that nice back and forth between the two, like the superstar and the company.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So we have EC3, Aiden English, Leo Rush is another one that I
that one broke my heart because he was just talking like he was just got going with this. He was putting on these great matches with Angel Garza and
NXT Cruiserweight Championship matches were always stellar.
Yeah, and I know I think he faced Jordan Devlin, I think.
Yep.
So he was just getting going, and then he talks about how that one honestly breaks my heart because
that's a question of where he could go next. I'd actually like to see him in AAA. I think he would do amazing in AAA.
I could see him going to ROH.
ROH, yeah.
Maybe TNA. I think ROH probably be best for Leo Rush.
Leo Rush in the Cruiserweight division or the X division would be nice.
Yes, I agree.
Primo and Epico,
which I honestly forgot they still
still had jobs.
Yeah, like it was like when JTG got released. It was like, damn.
He still has a job, really?
No, JTG does not have a job anymore.
No. I know that. I'm saying like that's my reaction. He's still a job.
Yeah.
Producers that have been dismissed. Lance Storm, and that one hurts.
Yeah.
He literally closed down his wrestling school to work with them.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Rotunda, IRS. Sarah Stock. I believe is that Sarah Del Rey?
I do not know.
Sarah Stock. I could be wrong.
I know. I know a lot of these producers might have been furloughed, so they probably more than likely could come back once.
Yeah. Or no, not Strong. Sarah Stock. Oh no. I was wrong. Okay. Shane Helms, Dave Finley, Fit Finley.
Yeah, that one kind of upsets me because
Helms or Fit?
Well, both, but really Finley because he's really what got this women's division the way it is now.
Definitely. Pat Buck, Sean Daivari, Scott Armstrong, and for some reason they have Lance Storm on here twice. Apparently, he got fired twice.
Yeah, but I think maybe a lot of these guys will be coming back because they were furloughed, I believe.
And that actually leads us into WWE not hiring back Drake Maverick, which is so freaking sad, man. Because I think wasn't it Drake Maverick who had that big Twitter?
Yeah, he had that video where he was saying. Yeah, which a lot of people think he was going to be coming back because of this whole interim cruiserweight thing they're doing.
That would have sucked if they used a real life Fire In.
Yeah,
storyline.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been fucked up. And I think we had some more recently, didn't we? NXT releases.
Yeah, I mean the only NXT people I know, Deonna Purrazzo was a big one.
She said that she wanted to tell WWE to screw you.
Mm-hmm. I know another one is not Cesar Bononi.
What?
No, not Cesar Bononi. I
don't know if we should bring this up. This one is like breaking right now.
What?
Velveteen Dream accused of sending explicit photos to underage girls.
Oh yeah, that is something I saw before, and I will comment on until all.
God damn.
Yeah, which I think I don't want to jump to conclusions.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he did it. I'm not defending him. I want all the facts.
All the facts out beforehand.
Yeah, because
I saw that on my computer and I was taken aback by that.
Yeah, but I will not be commenting on that.
Yeah, me neither. So back to the releases. Is it Tiara Conti?
Yeah, she her Tito Batelli was one of them, I believe.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find any more on here. Yeah, Deonna Purrazzo was definitely one.
And a bunch of like a couple writers and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the NXT ones. Cassius Ohno.
Yeah, Cassius Ohno was one of them.
Um,
Which he's probably going to go back to ROH.
Norman Smiley. Deonna Purrazzo. Tana Nakani. Sarah Deeb. So yeah, they did get rid of never mind. I'm not thinking the right person either. Damn it. Yeah. And then it's really like Cesar Baroni, people like that.
Yeah, and a bunch of people who performed.
Yeah. The one that actually surprised me most is Cassius Ohno. He's doing a lot of good work in on the UK show.
Yeah. But again, I think he was getting paid a lot more for the position he was in, so it came down to money, not talent.
Yeah. I did see a thing on Twitter that he put Chris Hero is back.
Yeah, so that's why he's definitely going back to ROH, which is cool.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. Mm-hmm. I would have liked it more if it was a surprise, but hey,
yeah,
out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was really all the releases that we were talking about. Yeah, it sucks that everyone got laid off, especially around this time where they can't get another booking right now.
Yeah.
It makes it so hard to get bookings. That was a dick move on the part of WWE and Vince. They could have held out a little bit longer. They just got like $4.5 billion, and they're losing maybe $4 million by keeping these people on.
Yeah, and another thing, like I saw a lot of people complaining about, like, you brought Goldberg back. You probably paid him too much money.
Yeah.
Like, look, imagine how much they paid Gronk for Gronk to do the one thing at WrestleMania. Now he is no longer going to be making appearances for the WWE as a wrestler.
Because he's back in the NFL, baby.
Again, and like they probably paid Tyson Fury a shit ton of money. They probably paid what's his face? I can't think of his name. His name is the guy who
Cain Velasquez?
Cain Velasquez. Yeah, they probably paid him a lot of money and he's not doing anything right now. So yeah. So they definitely could have saved a lot of money if they didn't waste, and I say that strongly, waste money on Goldberg.
Yeah, they didn't need Goldberg.
Yeah, and it was. Yeah, so
because their excuse is that Goldberg brings money and eyes. He doesn't anymore.
No, they've been using him for the Saudi Arabia shows and one WrestleMania, and he put over Braun Strowman, who should have been put over 2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah, easily 2 years ago.
Yeah, I don't care about Braun Strowman anymore. I don't care about his title reign. I just don't.
I do think that even if you wanted to release some of these people who aren't doing anything, you could have at least waited until they're able to get back on their feet.
Yeah, and
what really makes me mad is not that they get released, and it's sad that people get released. It happens though. People aren't used. They ask for the release, or they get released.
Yeah,
because they're on the payroll and not do anything. But you had to pick this one moment where you just got $4.5 billion, and you release all these people that are worth combined maybe $4 million. And at this time where they can't get bookings, they can't get back on their feet. That's messed up. Whew, excuse me.
But yeah, no, they'll find work once this is all over. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah. Let me see if I can find the results because we're going into the AEW Dynamite review for April 22nd. So let's see. We kicked off the night with Chris Jericho and Tony Schiavone, which I love these guys' chemistry.
Oh yeah, they're so great together.
Chris Jericho on commentary is incredible.
Oh yeah, I love him. Especially, I'll talk about when we get to it. Something that I love, in particular, that Chris Jericho's doing.
Yeah. So we open up our first official match with the TNT Championship Tournament quarterfinals. Darby Allin taking on Sammy Guevara.
Yes, a rematch from Revolution, which was a good match then, and it was a good match now.
Yep.
I mean, they just have really good chemistry together.
I love the callback in the match of the 720 through a table at Revolution.
Yeah,
this time it was a 720 on a ladder.
Yeah, and I love what Darby was doing with I believe it was Sammy Guevara's ankle that he was attacking. Yeah. It was his ankle.
Yeah, the reverse ankle lock on the top of the post.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That looked really good.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, the match ends with let me see if I can find it. So Allin counters a knee strike attempt from Guevara into the Last Supper, which is his version of it's like a figure four pin. He figure fours the leg over and then pins the leg over with the shoulders down for the victory. Great match. A great way to open up, and I actually have my brackets for the TNT tournament. I have the finals being Cody versus Lance Archer.
Yeah, that's what I think might happen. If it's, I think it's definitely Lance Archer's gonna win.
I don't know if because TNT and AEW want Cody to have a title at least right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think the best thing to do is to give Cody the championship first, and then continue the feud where Lance Archer wins it down the road.
Yeah, but Lance Archer taking it to the finals. I don't see Dustin winning,
which sucks because did Dustin say he was putting his career on the line through this entire tournament, or is just this match?
I don't know. I believe, from what I remember, I think it was just this match, but I can't be too sure.
Okay. So yeah, fantastic match. Next, we have Matt Hardy addressing Chris Jericho from the Hardy compound. I love Matt Hardy being able to use this new version of Broken Matt Hardy as what's it called?
Malekith?
No, Demalekith.
The Demalekith, yeah.
Demalekith. With the red streak in his hair.
Mm-hmm.
I love this promo because of the seamless transition between Broken Matt Hardy to regular Matt Hardy.
Yes, just Matt Hardy has always been great at promos and character work and whatnot.
That's the one thing that no one brings up about Matt Hardy anymore. He can give one hell of a promo.
Yeah, I mean, just look back at his stuff with when he was Matt Hardy version 1, or his feud with Edge was hot. You know,
Big Money Matt in TNA.
Yeah, Big Money Matt in TNA. So I just love that he's getting to show his stuff in with the Broken Matt.
Yeah, I love that Broken Matt Hardy calls Jericho the hole of the ass.
Yeah, that is hilarious. I love that.
Oh man. So pretty much Matt talks about how he challenged Chris Jericho to a elite deletion match.
Yes, which I have no idea what that means.
I think that's supposed to be. They might be setting up Jericho versus Matt Hardy for a Hardy compound type match.
Okay, makes sense.
Then it says pretty much says that Chris Jericho has Sammy Guevara fighting his battles. Then regular Matt comes in and says that if Sammy Guevara wants to come to the compound, he will kick his ass also.
Yes.
Very good promo.
Mm-hmm.
So anything else to say about this promo?
No, I agree with everything you said. It was a great promo, which, is this be expected at this point by Matt Hardy with the broken stuff. And it's obviously building towards Jericho versus Matt. And as you said, a Hardy compound match.
Yeah.
Which obviously I think it would just be amazing because, Hardy and Jericho are both, masters of the craft. So they would definitely put on probably the best product possible.
Which I wasn't on here talking about this. I love Jericho getting in a fight with Vanguard 1.
Oh, that was
joining the inner circle.
Yeah, that was amazing.
He puts the shirt on his little propeller.
Mm-hmm.
Jericho is amazing because he can go from super serious to super comedic, and it doesn't feel weird at all.
Yeah, Jericho is the master of getting anything over. Like, honestly, he got the word "it" over, got the word "stupid idiot" over. Yeah, the list. He's just arguably the best ever.
Yeah, he's, in my opinion, the greatest of all time. But moving on to another modern great, we have Kenny Omega taking on Alan Angels.
Yes. I like this because it showed he just made Alan Angels look good. I don't know if he's sticking around AEW or not.
Oh yeah.
But it was just a good match, and it made Alan Angels look really good.
Yeah, I think this match went a little too long, and
yes,
Omega gave him a little bit too much offense.
I don't like how he kicked out of the V-trigger, much as I think it made Alan Angels look good. Kicking out of the V-trigger, if you're that, I guess, low on the card, you shouldn't really be kicking out of the V-trigger.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, this match was good. I mean, Omega can make anybody look good in a match, and he definitely does that here. Mm-hmm. Jericho on commentary calling him Alan Angles.
Yeah. yeah, that was funny.
Man. Oh, but yeah, pretty good match. Went a little too long for my taste, but all right. So next we have the King of Soft Style himself, Orange Cassidy, making his Dynamite debut against Jimmy Havoc.
Yes, I love Jericho on commentary for this. Like, this is making all those orange juice puns, which was hilarious.
Yeah, he's beating him to a pulp.
Yeah. I really like this match, but my problem with this is pretty much kind of the same exact match that he had with Pac. Which again was it was good, but I don't know. It was the same. It kind of felt like the same thing that he had with Pac, where he just gets beat up and then comes back and does this thing. And I think Orange. This is just my personal opinion. I think Orange Cassidy, him raging out like that, should be kind of like something that shouldn't happen that often. I think it should be a special kind of thing.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed the match. I think it made Jimmy Havoc look really good. It made Orange Cassidy look really good. Cassidy won the match. What did he use? He used a a rollover, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I do think it was a little overbooked at the end with Penelope Ford.
Oh yeah.
And, Kip Sabian came out, and then you had the Best Friends at ringside. It felt like too much for a match that really doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, if this was again Pac versus Orange Cassidy, I think it would have worked out real well.
Yeah, but though I do like them setting up a team's feud with Best Friends, taking on Sabian and Jimmy Havoc.
Yeah, which that could be good.
Yeah, 'cause I feel like they should use Havoc more than just Dark.
Mm-hmm.
I think his record is he's 5-2.
Yeah, that's really good.
Something like that. Next we have Wardlow in action. Yeah, this was just a squash match.
Yeah, it made the main thing is that it made Wardlow look good, and that's all it needed to do. Wardlow looked really good.
I love Wardlow's spinning F5 finisher.
Yeah.
He just lets him fly like a freaking pizza. Just
yeah. Yeah, no, I think that it made Wardlow look good, and that's all it needed to do. It did what it needed to do perfectly.
Yep. He took on Lee Johnson, which he's been there a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we have Mr. Brody Lee taking on Justin Long. Another squash match.
Yeah, again, it did what it exactly needed to do. Make Brody Lee no longer Big Rig Brody Lee, just Brody Lee.
I will say this: I am kind of tired of Brody Lee taking on nobodies in squash.
Yeah, I do. I like it. Does make him look good, but he needs to face someone.
That's not Marco Stunt.
Oh. But though, like I think Marco Stunt and Brody Lee could do something like really good together.
Oh yeah,
because Marco Stunt can bump. Like that's his one. Like yeah, he's really small.
He took a massive bump against Lance Archer.
Oh yeah, like I really loved that. Like what he did against Lance Archer. He can do the same thing against Brody Lee.
Yeah. I want Brody Lee to start taking on major competitors.
Oh yeah.
It feels like, because I mean, look at like someone like Wardlow who debuted against Cody Rhodes in a steel cage match.
Like that was crazy. Like,
or Lance Archer who debuted against Colt Cabana in a tournament match for the TNT Championship.
Yes.
Like, no, he technically debuted against Marco Stunt, didn't
he? Yeah, but he still had his match against Colt Cabana.
Yeah. So it feels like Brody Lee is like going in for the long run, the long haul here.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope they use him correctly.
Yeah.
I just don't want him to be seen as like this Vince McMahon type character.
Yeah, which again, like I thought it was fun. The first promo that Brody Lee did amazing. Where he was, you're not the first out of touch old man, but I'll make sure you're the last. Like,
by the way,
I do want to see Brody Lee versus Christopher Daniels. Like that's what I want to see right now.
Yes. Isn't Daniel? I think he's injured right now, ain't he?
Is he? I didn't know that.
With him.
I did not know that.
Either that or due to coronavirus, they had to just do something else.
Oh, yeah, obviously. But that's what I think they should be building up to.
Which I think they will once this thing is all over.
Mm-hmm.
But I liked Lee's promo, like before this match, where he's like talking to you said it was somebody. What's his name? The new member of the Dark Order.
Oh,
Presley.
Preston Vance.
There you go. I actually like the little reference to Bray Wyatt when he's tapping to the Dark Order website. I used to have the whole world in my hands.
Yeah, that was good.
And then Brody Lee is talking to him, interviewing him. He's like, "How tall are you?" 6'4". How much you weigh? 240. Like, that's something that Vince McMahon would say.
Yeah, but I think they're getting a little cutesy with.
Which I don't mind. I actually like the little nods they have.
Yeah, all right. But yeah, no, I think I definitely want to see more from Brody Lee.
Yeah. And next, finally, we have our main event. The other quarterfinals for the TNT Championship Tournament. Dustin Rhodes taking on Kip Sabian.
Yes, I really like this.
Yeah, this match was really good.
Really good.
Dustin Rhodes had a promo beforehand saying that if he lost this match, he would retire.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope he doesn't take this seriously because I love Dustin, especially his run now.
Yeah, one last ride. That's what he's been saying.
Yeah. Which, man, it would be so cool to have him have the AEW Championship at least one time.
Yeah, because
I know it's not going to happen, but
he deserves it though. Like he is always been one of my favorites. As Goldust, I always loved him, especially that 2013 run with Cody.
Yeah,
like him against that match against Randy Orton. Like that's arguably
he won the tag team titles with Cody, right?
Yeah, like that run. Obviously, I think his best match is against Cody at Double or Nothing.
Yeah,
but they're definitely like Goldust is Someone that or Dustin Rhodes, I should say, in this case. So always been someone that I've been a fan of. I've always.
Yeah, I kind of want to see Dustin win the TNT title.
That would be nice.
I think if you could, if you set it up enough, I think the finals could be Cody versus Dustin.
Yeah, we get Cody versus Dustin. We could have Dustin versus or Darby Allin versus Lance Archer, which I think would be good. I think obviously Cody versus Lance Archer would be a great match.
I think they're setting up for Cody versus Lance Archer. I don't know if you need to do it with the belt on the line.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. If anything, what you could do is you could have Cody interfere in the match to help Dustin win.
Maybe. That
way it still protects Lance Archer. He still looks strong. Either that or he just goes crazy and gets himself DQ'd.
Yeah.
Because they don't use the DQ finish a lot in AEW, which I love. So if you have one with someone as crazy as Lance Archer,
it
feels believable.
Yeah, and again, we're also getting Cody versus Darby Allin too, which is
oh my god,
that's going to be really good.
So technically, we could, in theory, we could see Darby Allin versus Dustin Rhodes in the final.
Yeah, which I'd be happy with all those matches, honestly.
Because technically, if you wanted to, you could make Darby like the first champion. You could give him,
which I think might be what they're doing. I mean, I could see.
I love all the possibilities in this tournament.
Yeah, the only person I really don't see winning is Dustin. I definitely do see them giving it to Cody, Lance, or Darby.
Mm-hmm.
But very exciting things with this tournament.
Oh yeah, this match was really good. The ring psychology was really, really done well. You had the Brandy Rhodes and Penelope Ford.
Yeah, that stuff was done really well.
Really well at ringside, and then freaking Dustin at like 50 years old hitting a Canadian Destroyer off the top rope.
Yeah, and when was the last time a Canadian Destroyer ended a match?
I know, right? And I think they said it's a new finisher. I think it's called the Code Red.
Well, that'd be good, I guess.
So, yeah, I actually love, he always hits it so smooth when he hits it.
Yeah, I remember.
Because he, rebounds from the ropes and then hits it.
Yeah, which is nice. I mean, Dustin's always been, like I said, a phenomenal wrestler.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's been our AEW review. Out of 5 stars, what would you give this episode?
I'd give it probably 3.5 out of 5. Very solid episode.
Yeah, I'm going to go about 3.5 as well. All right. Hey, we made it done in about an hour. Look at that.
Yeah, wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the very first episode of CWT Dark right here on Nerd Entertainment Network. Andrew, where can people find you online?
You can find me at Andrew Hayes on YouTube. I haven't been posting a lot because of what's been going on. I was going to literally start doing more movie reviews, but that just has not happened. But so I'm trying to figure out ideas on what I could do to at least upload something. But
you could do wrestling reviews.
Yeah, I did wrestling reviews before, but I kind of strayed away from that.
Yeah.
But I'll figure out something.
All right. And if you guys did enjoy this, hit that like button, subscribe to Nerd Entertainment Network. The CWT number 1 contenders match, myself taking on Mr. Sinister Alec Miller, just released today. It was a fantastic match. Who will take on Matt Rosa? Find out now. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys soon. Peace.